all. I know salespeople have been on occasion guilty of this. Matter of fact, all people are guilty of this. You know, you're up kind of late at night, you got to get up early the next morning, and the last thing you do is you look at your watch as you lay down. You say, boy, but I'm going to be tired tomorrow. We are asking for what we do not want. And then we're absolutely astonished when we end up getting it. You see, the truth of the matter is, our attitude is what's going to make the dramatic difference in everything that we do. And if we want to change our attitude, then, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to deliberately change the input into our mind. Now, just as a matter of curiosity, how many of you know how to train fleas? Can I see your hands? Okay. Boy, it looks like I got here just in time. Anyhow, you train fleas by putting them in a jar. And fleas will jump up and hit the top like so. And you watch them, they'll jump a number of times, and then all of a sudden you will notice that even though they continue to jump, all of a sudden they will not be hitting the top. And then, as a matter of fact, you can take the top off, and they will continue to jump, but now they cannot jump out, and that's the literal truth. And the reason they cannot jump out is because they have conditioned themselves just to jump so high. And once they've conditioned themselves to jump just so high, that's all there is. There ain't no more. Man's pretty much the same way. He starts out in life to climb the mountain, to write the book, to break the record. He starts out in life to be Ford's #1 salesperson or the dealership's #1 salesperson, but along the way he tubs his toe, he bumps his head, and he becomes what we call a SNIOP. Now that's spelled S-N-I-O-P, and that's a person who is susceptible to the negative influence of other people. The most outstanding example of a flea trainer is a man named Roger Bannister. For years, athletes had tried to run the 4-minute mile. Nobody could until Roger Bannister came along. Now, the reason the other athletes could not do it is because they had been SNIOP'd. The coach had said, a 4-minute mile? Man, there's no way you can do it. It's impossible. The doctor said, a 4-minute mile? Why, your heart will come right out of your body. You absolutely cannot do it. And they were SNIOP'd right out of it. But Roger Bannister, with careful planning, extremely good conditioning, taking all the professional approaches, but with that positive mental attitude, broke the barrier. Now, when Roger Bannister broke the barrier, then what happened was very, very simple. Athletes the world over started breaking the barrier. Since then, there have been over 500 races run in less than 4 minutes. One man alone has run over 100 4-minute or sub-4-minute miles. We've seen it happen. One man, 37 years old, did it. Now, what is a flea trainer? A flea trainer is an individual who simply jumps out of a jar. He's not influenced by the negatives around him because he plants the positives within himself every day on a regular basis. He's there on time, enthusiastic for the sales meeting. He listens to Ford's carefully devised training program so he gets the right technical input, the right communication skills, and he works and studies on his own so he can jump out of the jar. Flea trainers are driven from within. Flea trainers understand that you can get everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. When I was a small boy down in Yazoo City, Mississippi, we lived next door to some rich folks. I know they were rich for 2 basic reasons. Number 1, they had a cook. Number 2, the cook had something to cook. I was over there for lunch one day, as I tried to be most every day. And the cook brought the biscuits out, and no exaggeration, those biscuits were not as thick as my wristwatch. And I looked at those biscuits there for a moment, and I said, Maud, what in the world happened to your biscuits? She reared back, gave a big old tummy laugh, and said, well, I'll tell you about those biscuits. She said they squatted to rise. But she said then they just got cooked in the squat. You know anybody gets cooked in the squat? You know anybody who's a half a mind to do something or gonna do something? Well, you see, the truth of the matter is the half-a-minders and the gonna-doers end up being the never-doers. You've had your friends and all say many different things on many different occasions. How many times have we heard somebody say, well, you know, as soon as the kids get out of school, we won't have as much pressure at home, and then I'll be able to concentrate more on selling more Fords. But the kids get out of school, you know what they say then? Well, you know, I didn't realize how troublesome it was to have them underfoot all day, and now I got to take them somewhere all all the time. I mean, it just really is bad. I'll be glad when school starts again. Then I'll really get mixed up in this campaign. Man, I'll sell more than anybody. And September comes, the kids are back in school. And then you know what they say? Well, this is, the kids are back in school, and finally, dear old Central High, after 23 losing years, has got a winning football team, and we got to go to the rallies, we got to go to the game. I mean, you got to support the kids, man. Wait till after the football season is over, and then, man, we'll really get behind it. The football season ends, and then you know what they say? Well, here it is, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and people are not really responsive to buying that new Ford during this time of the year. Wait till after the first of the year, man, and then you watch me. I'll really get out there. I'll knock them dead, boy. I'll lead the parade. You can just absolutely count on it. And then as soon as the holiday's over, you know what they say? The weather. Have you ever seen anything like this? In my lifetime, I have never seen a January like this in San Diego or Miami or Portland or Boston or Chicago. It's weird. You don't know from one day to the next what's that. Man, wait till this weather settles down, and then you watch me, boy. I'll get out there and I'll lead the parade. Oh, and I know what you're thinking. Just let me tell you, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, I've lost my enthusiasm. I've lost my drive. I've given up on winning the contest. Well, that's simply not the way I operate. Let me tell you the way I do. See, what I do is I get all of my ducks lined up. I mean, I carefully plan my strategy. I put it all together. And then when that magic moment arrives, you see, that's when I really get out there and I'll knock them dead. But I mean, the weather, it just isn't the right time right now. But when that weather gets right, you watch me, man, I'll tear them up. And finally the weather begins to subside, and they say, well, now it's Easter. And you know me, I'm a family man, and Easter time is a family time. And you said it yourself, your family is the most important thing, and if you can't spend some time with your family, I mean, there's no point in doing all of these things. Wait till after the holiday season is over for Easter and spring break is over, and you watch me, man, I'll get out there, and I'll still lead the parade on this contest. You just watch me go. But right now is just not the time. And then when that's over, you know what they say? Boy, at long last, we've got some decent weather. I haven't hit a golf ball and I don't know when. I haven't wet a hook and I can't tell you the day. And you said it yourself, you can't work all the time. I mean, a man's got to have some rest and relaxation. That's what the life is all about. Wait till after I've hit me a few golf balls, and then, man, I'll get out there and you watch me. I'll lead the force. I'll knock them dead. They relax a while, and then you know what to say? It's almost time for the kids to get out of school. And that's where we came in, isn't it? You see, the folks who wait on the new governor to be elected, the new president to go in, the folks who wait for the new advertising program to get started or the new cars to come out, the people who wait on the rate of interest to drop or inflation to slow, the people who wait on things to change out there before they make that internal decision to do something now with what they've got, are invariably going to end up getting cooked in the squat. When you change the input in your life, when you get really wrapped up as a team player, understanding that when salesman and dealer and Ford Motor work together as a team, producing a magnificent product which is unarguably, dramatically better than ever before in history, beautifully styled and designed, right up to the standards that anybody would expect. When you get sold on and wrapped up in the opportunity which is yours, the privilege of selling a quality product, the opportunity to grow and go financially and mentally, then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that you can do some amazing things with your life. Buy these ideas, follow through, take these procedures to heart, put them to work, understanding I haven't said it's easy, but it's so much more fun to be successful than otherwise. If you'll do the things we've talked about, I can close as I always close by saying, do them. Do them now, and I'll definitely see you. And yes, I do mean you at the top.